my little princess and princesses. I want to go over the crime and punishment challenge that I made, just so either I can clear Benny, why did you include that questions, or any other questions for that matter. I want to point out that I didn't include what packs you need because they are either self-explanatory or I would forget to include a pack. Knowing myself, it's the latter. So, the Crime and Punishment Challenge, a Napoleonic redemption, because Raskolnikov had a huge man crush on Napoleon Bonaparte, in my opinion. No judgment here. Anyway, here are the main goals. Raskolnikov has a pristine reputation. He's starting over here. He did the crime, he did the punishment. Now he needs to put it all behind him. When you go to the reputation part of the Simology panel, you're going to want that reputation meter to be fully green. And once it's fully green, his reputation is pristine. I know. I Dr. Seuss'd my way into that. That's bad. Next one. Raskolnikov acquires the cheerful trait via self-discovery. He's not a happy camper. We know that. He's the camper that gets rained on, bitten by mosquitoes, burns his s'mores, gets poison ivy between his ass cheeks for using it as toilet paper after shitting in the woods, and wakes up to being mauled by a pack of wolves, and then Yogi and Boo Boo feast on his corpse instead of a picnic basket. That's the type of camper that he is. I want to change that. I'm not allowing that to happen anyway. For me, personally, the cheerful trait is the one that I most commonly get when a sim either gets married or has a baby. Bottom line, in order for Raskolnikov to be a happy camper, he and Sonia have to have a lot of babies. So, next one is Razumikin and Raskolnikov graduate with an A or higher GPA. I always felt like these two wanted to finish college but couldn't due to being broke. Nothing has changed in the past 150 or so years because college is still expensive. I know because that's my main concern for getting a master's degree, but I digress. All original Sims reach the top of their careers. In this case, the way out of poverty is to be the big cheese at work. With a higher rank comes a higher salary. At least in the Sims 4 game. Maybe not in real life, but anyway. All Slims live in a house together in Siberia. At the end of the novel, Raskolnikov is sent into exile in Siberia, and Sonia joins him to just, be a supportive girlfriend. And in my stupid dreamy fantasy, Dunya and Razumikin follow because they want to support Raskolnikov too. Hey man, they're just trying to be a supportive and sister best friend respectively. I know that's why it's pretty stupid dreamy fantasy. But anyway. Vacation at a dacha during the summer. If I remember correctly, Raskolnikov talked about owning a dacha, which is a Russian version of a vacation home. I will probably do a separate video when I build their dacha because I'm still in the American idiot mode of what a typical dacha consists of and what their history is. And I just want to be correct on that because I don't want to offend anybody or just spread misinformation, period. So, bonus goals. Razumikin opens his own publishing house. In the novel, Razumikin had a dream of opening his own publishing house, so I do want to make that dream happen for him because I do love Razumikin too. Next one is Raskolnikov has a high relationship with a mare he adopted. Out of all the books that I have read so far, the scene where Raskolnikov was dreaming about a mare being beaten when he was a kid really, really, really effed me up. I cannot take animals being harmed for no reason. I just want Raskolnikov to adopt a mare and show at least what love really is. Oh my god, that is ridiculous. Anyway, next one. Adopt a borzoi. This is a fun little fact for all you dog people. The borzoi was bred by Russian nobility, and their population declined during the revolution because they were a symbol of that. Since these Sims are based off of Russian characters that are going through their own rags to riches challenge, I thought it would be fun to give them a dog that only nobles can have. And last one is, at least one original Sim completes their first aspiration. It's no surprise that all 4 of these characters have aspirations that they can't achieve in the novel, so I want to change that. Also, this is probably going to be a bonus goal that I'm going to put in for other challenges in the future, but we'll see. Plus, it's a fun goal to complete anyway. So next we go to the rules. Start in a dilapidated apartment. So all of them are poor, especially Raskolnikov, who lives in a shoebox in the novel. I want to somewhat recreate that. I'm going to start with a crappy apartment that either needs TLC, cursed, filthy, or whatever trait or challenge that would make it horrible to live in. Speaking of traits and challenges on lots, feel free to add them. The more the better. Raskolnikov must be in the law career. So we started as a law student. Now let's make him do something with that law degree. Razumikin must be in the writer career. Same thing with Razumikin. Houses must be built on an empty lot. This is a challenge I like to do for myself since I'm not really the architect type player. So it's a way to just practice building houses. I always like to build a house, have my spend so much money on it, and then earning all that money back. It sounds perfect for the Crime and Punishment characters who always have setbacks when it comes to money in the novel. Like Raskolnikov would give money to Sonia for her father's funeral, or gave Marmeladov money, whatever. Next one is household must not be split up at any time. I always find The Sims to be more challenging with the more Sims you have. Plus, these characters have been separated enough, especially when Raskolnikov was sent into exile. So let's not split them up again. And finally, only use cheats to bypass bugs and glitches. 2 reasons. 1, because it's the obvious no cheating rule. Second, this is The Sims 4, meaning that it is always infested with these pesky bugs. Yet, I still come back to play it and buy the packs. Oh, I'll never get out of this toxic relationship. Anyway, personally, there are times when my sim just gets stuck and I have to use the reset sim cheat. Anything like that happens to you where the Sims 4 just wants to be, the Sims 4 and not listen to you, just bring down the cheat box. Another thing that I do want to add is I'll probably keep these 3 for future challenges, but of course it will probably depend on the novel that I read, or we'll see where it goes. Either way, we'll see where it goes. But that completes the rundown of this challenge. If you made it to the end, thank you so much for listening to my rambling. Also, do me a favor and please control the ignorance population by supporting your local library. Thanks. Bye.